So where are prices heading, and when will we finally see more homes on the market making a full recovery and marking a full recovery from the pandemic?
So joining us now is Anthony Lamacchia, the CEO of Lamacchia Realty Group with offices across New England and in Florida. Anthony,
Yes.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Honored to see you.
What you just said is happening.
Yeah.
There's more homes on the market than there's been since before the pandemic.
All right, so let's talk prices first. They keep rising. As of June, the median price for a single-family home in Massachusetts was $687,500. This data is from the Warren Group. It's an increase of about 3% from last June. In Greater Boston, though, it's even more expensive, $850,000. That's an increase from June 2024 as well. But it's not as big of an increase. It's up about 2% year over year. At the same time, we were just talking about this in the break. The economy is starting to feel a little soft. We had a not great jobs report last week. There's some indications that tariffs might be having some impact on prices. Where do you see real estate prices going over the next year?
I hope things soften because that will help mortgage interest rates. The better the economy does, the better the jobs reports are, the more upward pressure there is on mortgage rates. So when I hear a bad jobs report, half of me is like, oh no, and then half of me says great because it helps mortgage rates, and that's part of what we saw since that report a week and a half ago. Obviously, the economy is finding a new equilibrium, and the same thing is happening in housing. Housing, as far as total homes sold goes, has been in a recession for 3 years, okay? And the difference between this time and 08 to 2011 is prices haven't come down, and that's what you just mentioned.
Right, they're still going up slightly.
Yeah, I would argue that not quite. I mean, if you measure first 6 months of 25 to first 6 months of 24, they're up 3%. But if you measured all of 24 compared to the first 6 of 25, there isn't much change. And this is a good thing.
Well, more on prices now. This has to do with supply and demand. And to your first point, we are now finally seeing more supply. So your company says the number of homes listed in June was up 12% from last year. In the meantime, the number of homes sold was only up about 5%. So does that mean that homes are sitting on the market longer? Yes. And will prices start to drop?
So I don't see a big drop in store. I mean, there's 11,000 homes for sale in Massachusetts right now. About 4 years ago, there was about 6,000. So it's better. There's more to choose from. Buyers have a little bit more leverage. But to the people out there that think there's going to be a crash or something dramatic, the last time there was a crash per se in pricing was 2008. This week in 2008, there were 46,000 homes for sale in Massachusetts.
Wow. 4 times.
Today there's 11,000. So are we going through a period where, as I said, the market's finding a new equilibrium? Yes. Are we going through a period where buyers finally have more leverage than they've had in 5 years? Yes, and that's great. I'm actually very happy about it. We're also in the second part of the year, which is a better time to be a buyer and not as good of a time to be a seller. So I love to see that, but the notion or the thought that we're going to see prices drop 10 or 20%, it's just not going to happen.
All right, let's quickly talk about mortgage rates because you raised it. They hit a 6-month low last week, about 6 2/3%. At what level would they need to drop to? Is it into the 5s before you really start to see a change and a lot more sellers are comfortable who've been holding on to these houses at these 2 and 3% rates?
Yep. You're always so educated on the market. You're completely right that a lot of the reason people haven't been selling is they don't want to give up their rate. Well, we're in the 3rd year of higher rates, and people that have been holding on that can't for whatever reason are finally listing their homes. Like you mentioned, Erica, that June, the amount of homes listed was up. This is all great news. I think when you see low 6s and a 5 number, it's going to be a lot better. Right now, well-qualified buyers can qualify for 6 1/4, 6.10, depending on how much money they're putting down. But I really want to see things get in the 5s. And then when I'm sitting here in a year and they're in the 5s, I'll be saying I can't wait till they're in the 4s.
Sure.
That's what we really need to see, an acceleration. But I do think rates are headed in the right direction, and I am happy to see what's going on in the market. This craziness, frenzy that was going on for years needed to back off, and it has. Sellers now need to be realistic.
Yeah, no more double-digit price increases year over year.
No, we're not going to see that this year compared to 2024 for sure.
Anthony, good to see you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Thank you, Anthony. Great to see you.
You too.